So, welcome back, everybody, to the Easy Spotlight podcast. Today, I have a very special guest, Abdul Karim Kamara, all the way from Sierra Leone by way of Kobala, Fadugu village, to be specific. How are you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good, Eze, and thank you for having me in your studio.
I appreciate you. So, just to introduce who you are, first and foremost, this weekend was the 10th edition of the Tour De Lunsar, the one of the premier biking races in Sierra Leone and the noisiest bike race in West Africa. But not only are you the creator, the founder of this, you're also the country manager for the Village Bicycle Project. You're the uh, former Young Philanthropist of the Year. You do so much different things, but the Tour de Lunsar was this weekend, and I'm sure from the social medias it looked like an incredible event. Can you just explain to the people what took place this past weekend, um, over the March 21st weekend for the Tour de Lunsar?
Well, the past weekend was a special moment for the entire Lunsar community and civilian as a whole, where we have hundreds number of cyclists staying in the Lunsar municipality and the spectators coming from across the country and spectators across Lunsar, all like spending the 4 days under the hot burning sun and watching the riders riding throughout the tour. So it was a special moment for everyone and screaming and shouting. That's why I said the most noisiest bike race in West Africa.
And explain to the people what is the event and how is it broken down over the 4 days?
Well, the 4 days event um, comprises three, four categories this year's. So this year's Tour de Lunsar, we have the junior category, female category, under 12 category, and the elite men's category. And all of them happened inside the 4 days, of which everyone was very happy about.
Is it still the case that the junior and the women's race is just a 1 day race at the start and then the men's is 3 days? Or how is it broken down in
But
terms
for
of
the
the actual
first
race?
time in Sierra Leone, we have a 2 days women's race, which we already done this last weekend. And it was very exciting to see Sierra Leonean girls and ladies and girls from Benin. We are all on the road cycling on the 2 days female event, and the men's elite event was a 3 days event, so which was very, very nice and colorful to watch.
It's incredible. And I think if anybody will go on the Tour de Lunsar website, go on Lunsar Cycling Instagram page, you can go and see the images, the videos of this extremely lively event. So many people participating, as you said, screaming and shouting and as you said, riding under the baking sun. And it looks like a huge, massive event, but I'm assuming it doesn't start there. When you think of cycling, Sierra Leone doesn't come to mind. You think in Africa, you think in football, that's the major sport. So let's go back to the beginning. Tell us, how did you get into cycling and how did this Tour de Lunsar start to manifest and become a thing?
Well, I started cycling as a bicycle mechanic, and I grew up in the capital of Sierra Leone, where I was learning bicycle mechanic skills. I was an apprentice in a local bicycle shop, and not until later I moved to Lunsar and to pursue my secondary school. Then I established my own local bike shop. Then started fixing friends and colleagues' bikes. Then later I started doing business. I feel like fixing bikes to make a living. And from there, realizing that people comes to me every day, then I need to make living out of this. Then I need to empower young boys and girls through this. Then I was the only person cycling in Losa community. I have my old bike, so I used to take it on the road, and when they do the school sports meet and the bicycle race was not included, so I requested in the school the school included a bicycle race, so uh, I participate. And like anytime they do that, like the only person showing up. So I was the only person racing, and from there I started inspiring young boys and girls in the Lone Star community, and I finally learned like for girls it was the worst. Like every girl, child, or women was afraid to cycle in the community or riding a bicycle. And when you ask the reason for them not cycling, they will say, "Oh, it will make them lose their virginity." And I said, "No, it's
Hmm.
just like a simple way. Wayne, I can fix your bike nice, make this saddle right, and make sure you get your right size. Then we go out for cycling." From there, starting getting numbers after me and other boys and girls, then I started organizing the Tour De Lunsar and started organizing the Tour De Lunsar with like a $2 Bluetooth tip. So and all the boys and girls, we are so happy for that. They race competitively for that, and the winners, we are very happy. And I was like the organizer, and like because everyone was afraid of me. Like stylish is the best. My nickname is stylish. He's the best. If he race, he can win the race. So I said, you know what? Okay, let me just be organizer, then I can have guys riding. So like everyone sees me like the best, but of which I was not the best. Just like cycling was not established in that particular community. So bringing it to reality from the one we started onto this 10th edition, it has came from far away with a lot of experience, lot of things that I have experienced along that line, cajoling young boys and girls, spectators, sponsors, giving that kind of motivation, seeing the reality of what we are doing, onto this 10th edition. It makes it very special to see where I am or where the tour is today.
How has the community's perception in Lunsar changed from when you first started it, from when you're the only person on the street riding a bike, to then maybe even not knowing what a bicycle is and that it's a sport? In fact, what was it then and what is it today?
The perception of the community was like, "What? Are you serious? Like asking me to ride a bike? Are you serious? Oh, bicycle doesn't give a living in Africa. They are not even talking about Sierra Leone. Are you serious? Why are you so passionate?" I said, like, it is something that I believe and it's giving me a living and it's something that I love. So from that perspective they have, like the perspective of bicycle giving them letting women and girls losing their virginity and women to be stigmatized in the community. Now it has changes rapidly compared to now. Like now everyone wants their sons and daughters to ride bicycle. Women are using bicycles to go to market, to go to school, to do other work and hand a living out of it. So it changed the perspective of people to understand where I came from to where I am today.
So how do you get into cycling? Because if no one else is knowing it, everyone has this different perception of it. How do you end up working in a bicycle shop and then going on from there to really enjoy it? Are you seeing stuff on the TV? Where are you seeing this stuff to be inspired that cycling could be a tool for you?
Yeah, well, as I started explaining my story, I grew up in the capital city of Freetown, where um, I decided to learn bicycle mechanic as a skill whilst I was going to school. So from there, one day a man met me in the local shop where I was learning. So he started talking about like a school and cycling in Lunsar. Then I said, okay, I wanted to go to school because my family, my mom and aunt, we are so broke. And I don't believe they can able to pay for me on to go to high school. So at the age of 14 to 15, I have that idea about the school the man was talking about. So from there, and moving from Freetown, having that bicycle skills, then coming to Lunsar, I established my local bike shop where I was fixing bikes for people after coming school. First, I started with my friends at the school where I was attending. Then my friends started telling other people in the community, like, we have our friend who knows how to fix bikes. So my friends telling these people, then I just think I should collect money for my time to fix bikes for these people. And from there, I noticed that in the community, I was the only person cycling in, like, in the evening. I wear my bibs, wear my shorts, and like cycling around the community, and I have nobody to join me on the road. Then from there, like, I started asking the schools, which I already explained to you, to do the bike race, and like, from there, I'm able to convince one or two, three boys. And for girls, I learned also that parents don't want their girls and women to cycle. They said it will make them lose their virginity and they will be stigmatized in the community. So I tried to persuade that, started teaching girls how to ride the community. And there all it started. So from there, my bike shop, and like thing, I started staging the Tour De Lunsar in the first edition and on to where it is today.
Sorry, not only with the do you create the Tour De Lunsar shop, but you own your own bike shop, and that's where it started. I think I read a story about you meeting somebody called David Peckham and not even knowing what proper bike tools were. You were just using what you had, and that was able to then elevate you. But you've gone on to also be the country manager for the Village Bicycle Project, and not only does that just help boys and girls get, but you keep mentioning the stigma of girls and also them being a part of it. Can you explain a little bit about the Village Bicycle Project, how that's helping boys and girls get to school and communities?
In establishing the whole project to reality. So in my small bike shop that I opened, I have like 14 apprentices, because like from the living that I was making, I was able to share in the school where I attend, because there were many poor boys and girls. In the morning they don't have lunch and I have to like support them small. So like out of the living that I'm making. So one day in the local bike shop where I am with the 14 apprentices, so this man was invited to Sierra Leone called David Peckham. David Peckham was invited by his friend, and so when David was invited, but David was a big bicycle fan. Why is his friend like agriculture and other things that he likes to do? So when David came, like in the place where his friend was, when his friends talk about agriculture and an education project, everyone goes to him. So when Dave talk about bikes, nobody look at him. So Dave exploring the community and stopped by my local shop and asked, "Are you a bicycle mechanic?" I said, "Yes." "Do you know this?" I said, "No." Like he displayed some professional bike tools, of which it was my first time seeing those tools. So like I said, "No, I don't know this." So whilst in the local shop, I was just working with a plier and an Allen key. So Dave said, "Do you know these?" I said, "No." He said, "These are bicycle tools." So I asked him, "Can you teach me how to use them?" He said, "Yes." So he taught me how to use them. And my colleagues were surrounded him and me. And I was so impressed with the tools because like they work so fast. And I said, "Oh, if I have these tools, I can make more money." So um, at the end of everything, after Dave finished showing me how to use those tools, so Dave said, "I am selling my tools, but I don't want to lose the tools because I know if I get them, I'll make more money." So my friend started laughing at him and said, "Why should a white man selling tools? You're a poor white man, you should give the tools for free." So I asked David Peckham how much for the tools. He showed me the price. Then I said, okay, I'm gonna buy these tools. If I buy them, I'm going to make more money. So I bought those tools from David and made an appointment to meet him to buy more tools. And from that appointment, he said I should meet him at 9 a.m. So I was at his door at 8:40 a.m. So he said, "You are here?" I said, "Yes, I am here to buy more tools." So finally we connected because I went on time and Dave already know about Black Man time. Like when you invite people in Africa to your meeting, they will come later instead of coming earlier or at the exact time. So I went there earlier than he expected. So he wake up at 8:50, met me at his door and said, "Are you here?" I said, "Yes, I'm here to buy more tools." So from Dave, we've been connected, and Dave and the poor white man, my friends, we are laughing at. So, like, we are now friends. We explore the community. I was able to explain to him much about the community. So from there, Dave wanted to left. He gave me plenty more tools and money plus some bike equipment. So I came back and showed my friend. I said, "Hey, the poor white man gave me this." And they said, "Oh no, how can a poor white man give you this? That man has nothing because he was trying to sell the tools to you." I said, "The poor white man gave me this thing." So Dave never knew that Dave was the founder of Village Bicycle Project, of which he has founded since 1999. And me meeting him, I didn't know him not until at the end of his trip. We exchanged contact. Like he gave me his business card, and I check out like, "Oh, this is this man." So Dave went back to the US, and I invited him like, "This is what I am doing here, and like you should come back, and I really like this to be developed here." So Dave came, then we started shipping the bikes with Village Bicycle Project. And transportation is a very big problem in Sierra Leone and many parts in Africa. And for Sierra Leone, the poverty rate is very high, and not everyone is able to afford a car or even a motorbike and even a bicycle. So with the bicycle from Village Bicycle Project, Dave and his team we are sending us, we are able to create a huge impact to what I am doing. And from there, Village Bicycle Project with Dave, we are not sending road bikes anywhere in Africa. So after them learning my passion for road cycling and Tour De Lunsar in general, they started loading like one or two 20 to 30 years old vintage bike. So me as a mechanic, I will always go to fix those bikes to road bikes so that young people and can have the opportunity to race. So that is how all it started. So with Village Bicycle Project, since that time to now, we have shipped over um, 60,000 bicycles and hard people. We have over like 50 staff to work all over Sierra Leone. So with Village Bicycle Project work, it has been able to impact the Tour De Lunsar in a very meaningful way, supporting the Lunsar community in Sierra Leone as a whole, and developing African cycling to be seen not only in Sierra Leone, then outside of Sierra Leone.
That's incredible. And hearing the story about one, the mission of the bicycle project and helping transportation, helping people get to school, and then also its impact. And I love that. Can you have any stories about the bikes that were in the first races? Because when I look at the bikes in this past weekend, you've got some incredible road bikes there. You've got Specialized, you've got all these different, beautiful road bikes. Everyone's in beautiful kits.
Yeah.
I'm assuming 10 years ago that wasn't the case. What were people racing on initially?
10 years ago, that was a big case to have good bikes, good equipment. Even as I am doing this podcast, I am kindly requesting to anybody that is listening to this podcast, if you have a good road bikes and kit that is sitting down there, they can make a life and bring a big smile to people here in Sierra Leone. So just please donate them to us. And 10 years back, we are not able to get the kit. We have to like try to use local kits and and 10 years back we are not able to have one road bike. I, I am fixing hybrid bikes, vintage bikes to road bikes so that people can have the opportunity to read. So all the bikes you saw in the race, people we are racing with, 80% of them are donated bikes from our partners in the UK and from the US. So that is still a demand because we have young people in the line every day that want to come to us for racing. So your bike can make an impact here by giving a smile to somebody sitting on top of it to race in this part of the country. And the race doesn't only support the young people that are using the bikes. And for the past 6, 7 years, my work with cycling has able to help young people to see other countries through cycling, just on the donated bikes people are supporting with. So still that is very useful to us and continue supporting us.
That's amazing. And I'll share the links for everything after, and we'll talk a little bit about how you can donate, what you can donate, etc. But what are some of the biggest challenges over the time? Is it getting the resources of bikes and kits? Is it getting community involved? Is there government support? What are the challenges over 10 years of growth? Because where it is today is very impressive. But what have you had to endure to get there?
The biggest challenges that I have facing over the years, one, and whenever I think about the Tour De Lunsar, it's about the funding, how to get funding about doing the race. So funding is always needed. So for 2025, I already have 35% of the funds out of 100%. I already have 35%. So I'm still looking for 65% funding to complete for the 2025 Tour de Lunsar. With Village Bicycle Project, of course, the shipping cost and expenses is always the biggest challenge, funding and transportation because we need a truck or 4x4 vehicle to always help us to travel with bikes so that we can reach the most deprived community or schools or universities that need bikes from us most. And well, with government, we have never received any support from Sierra Leone government. All we have been doing is through the support from different people, donors around the world. So if you are out there, check our work, then see how you can support us. And yeah, and that is it. Funding and transportation is always the biggest problem for us.
It's a never-ending cycle. And so let's just stay there for a minute and kind of explain then, because over the years you've had some great sponsors. You had Science and Sports, one of the leading nutrition cycling companies in the world. You got Lacal to make some things. Our friend Africap also doing funding. What is the best way somebody could go and support Tour de Lunsar? Do they reach out to your website? Where do you go?
You can check in the Lunsar Cycling Team website or Tour de Lunsar, then reach out to us. And there are several links there that you can support, you know. And by the end of the year, we are going to put a fundraising then that you can able to support. Then also there is a link that we're gonna put up very soon about the Sierra Leone Cycling Foundation where you can also support. So all of that are ways and means and link that you can support the Tour de Lunsar.
Brilliant. And when you think about the future, you've just had the 10th edition, the 2024 Tour de Lunsar this past weekend. It's incredible. It's changed a lot over 10 years. It's impacting your community, it's impacting Sierra Leone as a whole. When you look into the future, you say 5, 10 years from now, where do you envision Tour de Lunsar? What do you want it to become?
First, in the next 5 years to make it a 2.2 UCI's race.
Hmm.
In the next 10 years to make it a 2.1 UCI's race and make it the biggest race in Africa.
Hmm.
Biggest tour in Africa.
And how do you think you're going to get there? Is it just continuing to grow and slow, or where's your vision in terms of getting the
Well,
word out there for people?
the vision to achieve that is to continue doing what I'm doing now, then continue improving from mistakenly things and things I should improve on. So, and make several contacts, and whosoever that has the idea, I please need your support to make that happen. I want cycling from Sierra Leone to be seen, not only in West Africa or Africa, but to be seen all over the world.
Hmm.
Go by your support and ideas that might be given to us.
And I think you're doing that. If we think back, what's one of the proudest moments for you over? Is it this past weekend? When does it really settle in? Because you're constantly looking for funding. You're constantly doing this organization. You're working on multiple different things. When you stop and look back of what you've achieved, or what's one thing that sticks out to you and that you're proud of?
The most happiest moment is to see when the race happening and like see people screaming and like sometimes I even cry. Yeah, that's my most happiest moment, and especially like this weekend when one of the Sierra Leonean cyclists was in front of the Nigerians, like everyone was like supporting. I think I have that video, like, yeah, yeah. I'm like, oh my God, look at this. I never thought it's gonna be like this. Like we started racing. I was just with four boys watching each other racing. But now like, so that's those
Right,
happiest.
and some national pride there. I'm Nigerian, and I saw on the day-to-day thing the Nigerian leading, and then others coming back, and it was incredible. So, what do you think? What can people experience from the event? Someone who's never seen Tour de Lunsar, what are they going to expect if they were able to attend or even take part? Because it's not just an elite race. You can come and take part from, if you're in England, US, you can fly over, take part. What would somebody expect
The
who's
race,
interested in
the race
cycling?
is very open to everyone. You can come and take part as an amateur, as an individual, not even a team. You can sign up to the race, just come. And what you will surprise to see and experience is the most noisiest bike race. When I said noisiest, the noise is like all over the town. Everyone is going to scream and shouting for you and like supporting you. And the community is very, very friendly. They can spring water on you left and right just to see you motivated and finish the race. So that is the most experience. So if you want to sign up, it's very open up to like all category. As an amateur, as somebody that want to experience cycling from this part of the world, somebody that want to explore and see activities of what we are doing. And if you are coming on as an amateur, you're not only gonna be like after the cycle, I would like to show you around as well and show you some few things that I'm doing that you can experience.
That's a huge thing for anybody who loves cycling in anywhere, Europe and America. You seeing it. Here's an opportunity for you to grab your friends, grab someone, and see a part of the world that you never even thought or associated cycling with, and in such an incredible event. What do you think people misunderstand or don't really realize about cycling in Sierra Leone? They may have some preconceptions of
Well,
what it's like, but what do you think they get wrong?
well, what things that I think they get wrong is like thinking it's not safe.
Hmm.
It's very safe here. I am here, and for the past, I have been cycling here since I was a kid. Now I am an adult, you know, so I still cycle and I cycle every day. I'm still safe. I never got injured by a car or by motorbike. It is safe here. And for the past 4 years, active riders. Everybody came and cycled in a very safe environment and atmosphere. So it is safe for you. then you can enjoy the love and friendship of Sierra Leone, and you can enjoy the beauty and glamorous places of Sierra Leone. So that is all I can give you. That is more. You want to see um, cultural things, you want to see some touristical things, and of course, the community where we are doing the events. You want to do trails ride, mountain bike ride, you want to see some lakes, you want to see the riverside, you want to cycle around the community with your mountain bike or road bike. They're always welcome. It is safe here and people are very friendly, no cannibalism, neither brutality on the road. You can stop and talk to anyone where you wanted to cycle to.
Absolutely, and I think I'm going to link in the show notes below that there's a video I watched created by Surly, and I think it was attending your Tour de Lunsar a few years ago, and this group from America did it perfectly in that they came, they rode across Sierra Leone, visited all the different tourist sites, and then ended it in Lunsar
Yeah.
at the start of your race, and took part in it. And it's an incredible overview of what you can expect, not just in the race itself, but the wider country and what's going on. So just to for those say amateurs who, because this is attainable for everyone, that's the biggest thing. I think that's is beautiful about this is that yes, there are elite races there, and they're going fast and they're doing it in 30-40 degree weather. But you can go and do it yourself. What are they expecting if you were to break down the races? How far is the junior one? How far is the women's one? And how far is the men's one?
For this year's event, the women's rode about 150 kilometers, 75 kilometers each day, and the junior rode like also 75 kilometer because the junior race was 1 day event, and for the elite riders rode about 450 kilometers in total. So, it is all interesting for you to do, and the routes and people are nice and it's very safe for everyone.
Definitely. So we've kind of gone through the Tour de Lunsar, incredible race. You know what they need in terms of funding. I'll put all those links. But now I want to just talk a little bit about you and why you are the way you are, and kind of break it down in terms of what was your upbringing and why is giving back and always helping the community a main focus for you? Why do you spend your time trying to put on a race for the people every year? Why do you work at the Village Project and continue to help people with transportation and improving their lives? And why are you trying to raise a voice for Sierra Leone? What in your upbringing has brought that on?
Well, I think it's raising the voice of Sierra Leone through what I am doing makes me very happy, and it's a thing like I want to give back to Sierra Leone because, and yeah, I came from a very poor family, and knowing where struggle is and seeing people's struggles every day and people need help from you or you have the opportunity or time to give back, and that is always things that makes me happy. So, and with bikes I just think it's something easy for me, like I'm a born bicycle mechanic. Out of my income that I make, I feed kids for them to have food every day so that they can able to go to school. I support different activities like, of course, children walking 10 to 20 miles every day with Village Bicycle Project. I'm able to support them with bikes to make sure they go to school because I just think if I could have not gone to school, I could have not even able to talk to you this evening. I could have not able to do what I'm doing. I could have not able to make contact. So with that, feeding the kids, supporting boys and girls to go to school is something that makes me happy. And especially with girls, like early marriage and teenage pregnancy in Sierra Leone, there are girls that I've met that drop out of school because they don't have the means of transportation to come from their village to school. So for that reason, they go to early marriage, early pregnancy. But with bicycles, it has makes many changes today and makes many girls have the access and opportunity to go to school, which makes me very, very happy. And with doing like the Tour De Lunsar, of course, I have been that kind of person who have the passion so much for cycling. Like I want to race in abroad. I want to race in America. I want to race in England. I want to race in the major countries in Africa. But I looking at it back, like this is something that Sierra Leone need. If I want to race in America, Americans also should want to come and race in Sierra Leone so that we have a kind of good exchange. And I learned also in the previous days when the Sierra Leone National Cycling wanted to select a team, they will select the best four riders, whereas you have over like 500 riders. So I said, you know what? You just need to have a domestic race or tour in the country. So with Tour de Lunsar, it gives all the young boys and girls the opportunity to race in the country and to be seen both nationally and internationally. This is something that absolutely makes me happy. And now I am seeing people coming from other countries to race here, and we also going to other countries to race here. It's like we have something to show. Sierra Leone have something to show when it comes in terms of cycling, and other countries have something to show when it comes of cycling. It gives a kind of face-to-face thing that you can see in reality. So these are things that makes me happy. And in terms of hunger, you see kids to eat 1 meal a day in Sierra Leone for so many families is a big problem. So I able to feed kids 1 meal a day in this country through the service and hard work that I'm doing. It makes me very, very happy. It gives me hope that one day things will happen and can bring more smiles to my face and make these people that I'm supporting be in a brighter future.
That's beautiful. And there's so many different parts to that, but it all starts at you kind of recognizing that you can impact your community. And I love that part about exchange. It's like not always looking outward and saying, "Oh, let me go," and because they're the premier. Why not do it myself, and why not us be proud of something to hold on and share? And I'm sure all the boys and girls who see the race are so proud that this race is happening in Lunsar, and they can grow up and see whatever race they go and watch and say, yeah, we have that here too. And I think what you're doing is absolutely incredible. And so just to kind of round it out here and finish it off, how is best to just firstly, if there was one source that people can go and look at and start to learn more about how they can help you, how they can help the Tour de Lunsar for 2025 and or the Village Bicycle Project, where would they go?
Well, with the Village Bicycle Project, if you want to fundraise to ship bikes to Sierra Leone, or if you want to support us to ship more bikes in Sierra Leone, you can check on the Village Bicycle Project website. And for the Tour de Lunsar, if you want to support the Tour de Lunsar 2025-2026, please also check on the Tour de Lunsar website. And yeah, I think that we can give you a clear insight of everything that you're asking for and where you can support. Thank you.
Thank you. Such a credible introduction, such an incredible person putting on an event that, a trailblazer in many senses in Sierra Leone. And hopefully I one day will be able to attend, participate, bring a team, do all of that because it's fantastic. And just some of the photos which I'll hope to share this week of what took place are incredible too. So shout out to anybody who helps you because I'm sure there's a big team behind you that's also documenting this and making this happen. So it's incredible. Stylish, I appreciate you so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Izzy, for having me, and I'm really happy to speak on your platform. Thank you.